Hey everyone, this is Austin Schur here with We Write About Music, and today I am back on again with Just Tommy. He has just released a new single and music video for his song Best Friend, and I'm super excited to have him back on. Tommy, thank you for being here. It has been a little over a year. What's up? How are
Dude,
you? How have you been?
yeah, thanks for having me, dude. I'm so glad to be back. That's a loaded question. I've been really awesome. So that's the
Yeah,
short answer.
right.
Um, dude, I've been really great. I've just been like nose of the grindstone.
I was gonna say you've been. This is not the only single to come out over the past year. You've got a lot going on, but I mean, this new one is great, and I can't wait to talk about it. But like,
Oh,
the
well,
give me like the summary of your life, I
yeah,
suppose.
yeah. Like from the last year, what have I been up to?
Yeah,
Good Lord. Let's see. When we last talked, I think it was right after I released the Happy cover that I did, the Pharrell cover. And I did a music video and spent way too much money on that, but that was fun as heck. It was,
I mean, it looked like it was a blast. I gotta
dude,
admit.
it was so fun. My wife and I got to like dance together in it, and like my family was in it. And
Awesome.
so then, yeah, dude. So like that was like right in the middle of COVID too.
Yeah, that was like
Um,
the peak ish.
yeah, it was, and we shot that in June. Well, yeah, and it was like summertime and hot and gross because it's Arizona. And
Of
then
course.
let's see what else. I released some music this year, a bunch of music. So I expanded my team. I now have a team. I can say that.
Nice. Congrats
Right,
on that because yeah, making the transition from just one
Tommy.
person to independent. Yeah, exactly. Not just Tommy. Now it's just Tommy plus team.
My name is ironic a little bit, I think, or it's
Right.
because it used to be that's what it kind of stood for. We'll just go all over the place here. So that's what
Yeah.
it was like. I did the whole thing as just Tommy because as a musician, I just got tired of quite honestly having to rely on other people, and I
Yeah.
had a vision in my head. I had a strategy, and so I thought I'm just gonna do this. And a lot of people around me were like, no, you can't do that. It's your typical like naysayers, bringers of doom because they can't
Right.
possibly imagine you getting out of the same spot that they came from. So,
Right.
dealing with all that, I still deal with that today. Like it's real frustrating sometimes, but that drives me, dude. That fuels me. And so like for the last year, even through COVID, even with people being
Yeah.
super negative. I said the world needs some positive. The world needs some happy because happy is contagious. Positive is contagious. And let's see. So I grew my team because there's a need for that for me. Because also, let me point out something. I'm really proud of this. My team is over team just Tommy is over 50% female.
Amazing.
Right. And
Seriously.
yep. Yeah. Yeah.
For the music industry, that's rare for
Yeah.
anyone that doesn't know that.
Yeah. It's my mission. So diversity and inclusion are two things that are very important to me. And so diversity, you can't have innovation without diversity. I'm a big believer in that. And for just Tommy to continue going forward, it can't be just me anymore. Like when I
Right.
started out, right? It was just me. I'm like writing everything here in this studio, in this
Yeah.
room, on the keyboard, on the guitars that you see behind me. But then when it comes to the business side, which just Tommy is an LLC, I run it as a business. I went to school, I got a business degree so that I could do this. Right.
Yeah.
And so now it's like, okay, from the business side, that's where I need the most help because and that's where the team comes in is helping me run the day to day. I'm still the president CEO. I still am the captain of the ship, but from a strategy standpoint, they help one ensure that my vision gets translated properly, and then two, they keep me sane.
Yeah.
It's interesting how valuable another ear is that you can trust.
Yeah. You go nuts in your own head and
Yeah,
being able to bounce ideas off
yeah,
others and trying to
yeah,
further yourself and they're on your side,
yeah.
it's almost priceless.
Dude, I'll gladly tell you it is priceless. Like so, yeah. I mean, okay, so God, and it's about having people that you can trust. So
Right.
one, paying people the right, like what they're worth, and then two, making sure that you can trust them. Those are like two things that are important. But then when we talk about how do I build this team, how do I construct the view that of the just Tommy that I want to portray or not portray, but like the projection of me who I am as a person,
Yeah.
how do I scale that for a large audience? Well, I've got a team of people that help with that. I can't like, dude, ego aside, like I can't do this
Seriously.
by myself. Like there's so much work that has to get done when I think about a release. So right now I've got an aggressive release schedule. We've been releasing one song every 6 weeks. And so
Yeah.
this is getting back on track. Thank you,
There we
Austin.
go.
There we go. Let's see. I released a shitload. Can I say that? A
Yeah,
boatload
you
of music.
can.
Okay. I released a shitload of music. And part of my strategy with the releases, this comes from having a team that just is okay for us to say stupid stuff and throw ideas at the wall that are just bad, because you got to get out the bad ideas in order to get to the good ones.
Right.
Do you think about it with songwriting too, right? I've
I
written,
mean, yeah, you wouldn't believe how much bad comes before the good.
dude,
That's
so
why
many.
having a team helps you, because it's like, well, can't have yes men. Or
No. And that's what I pay for. I pay for my team to like question me. And I tell them all the time, like, my social media manager, Dizzy, different side media, dude, we came up with this strategy on accident. We were just like, let's see, what people are into on Instagram and TikTok, and we'll see if we can, use what Tommy is into and hit the algorithm to trigger it to get in
yeah,
front of people. And by Job, we did it. And it comes back to, if I had, so I had a loose idea and a strategy of where I wanted to go for, specifically, I focus on Instagram and TikTok
totally.
specifically, and
Yeah,
for Just Tommy. And for me, I could get there, I could research, I could learn all the things that I need to learn. And that's normally how I do things. Sometimes I got to become an expert in stuff in like 24 hours.
yeah. I mean,
Like,
nowadays it's like this ever-changing process where one day this thing is fine, and the next day it's like, wait, you're still doing that?
dude,
Like, oh, yeah,
it's insane.
deal
It's
with it.
insane.
Sure.
And that, what's funny is we talk about consistency in the social media world.
Yeah,
And I had a video, like I had several videos that went, like, one of them's got like close to 800,000 views on it right now
that's
on TikTok.
amazing.
Right. And I have no idea, dude. We didn't know. Like, we're not like, this'll do it. This'll,
It's
this'll
always
trick.
the ones that you have the least faith in, or the ones that you spent the not least amount of time, but you just like there's a confidence level.
It was the stupidest freaking video.
Yeah,
It's cool. Like, it's cool content. Like, we talk about, basically, we do like what you and I are doing, like me and Dizzy. We sit down once a week, once every other week for like, I don't know, 2 or 3 hours, and we record just 2 hours worth of content.
that's the way.
Right. And then thank goodness I've got him, because we talk about like the things that I'm not able to do myself. What have I been doing in the last year? Building a team that can help me build my brand, because he does all the video editing for me. I'm still doing, a lot, 99% of my own graphic design, which I've done from the beginning. I'm rebranding right now. So this awkward logo, I hired a wonderfully talented designer named Gavin, who works with Chloe and Cheyenne, who
Nice.
are two of the badass females on my team. They do my newest music videos. So they shot Best Friend for me.
Very cool.
Yeah. So, God, what did I release? I shot. Okay. So part of my strategy, part of having a team, how does this all come together? So my new strategy that I've had for 2022, and it's going into 2023 because it's working, is when I release a single, it's a 6 week cadence, and I release it with a music video. And that's important to me because my live set, this is how what intricate everything is woven, that I've done this myself on purpose, is my 6 songs that are part of my live set, I'm about to have a video for each one of them, a music video for each one. And so I think that's really important, because as I start traveling more, I've been in LA doing several shows.
Right.
I played at the Whiskey a Go Go. I played at the Viper Room.
It's like the legendary places for anyone
Oh,
who doesn't know that.
so amazing to play there. The energy in those rooms was just so
Yeah.
awesome. Let's see what else. So yeah, I released the video for Waiting for the Weekend. I released like four four more singles with music videos. I made a music video in my garage over COVID. That was fun.
It's an insane release schedule, because
Yeah,
like I mean I hear about a month, and a month is it's solid for a song, but
yeah,
adding a music video into, like, I don't
yeah.
think that people realize the work, and like you really got to put your head down and get that going. And one thing I will say about all your music videos is they're not just slapped together. Like, there's real value in them, especially this newest one, which I love.
Yeah,
I want to talk about it, but I
let's do
don't
it.
want to stop your tangent,
No,
because you're
we're
giving
good.
me all the info. No, no, no. Honestly, the less I talk, the better, because I want all the info out of you.
Fair.
That is what this is about.
Yeah. Actually, I'll get us there. How about that? We'll take a short
There you
detour
go.
and talk
There you
about Chloe
go.
and Cheyenne. Yeah, we'll talk about
Perfect.
CNC Productions.
Yes.
Chloe and Cheyenne are two of the badass females that are on team, just Tommy. And I met them this last year actually at the Mesa Film Festival in
Oh,
Mesa,
cool.
Arizona. Yep. And I saw some of their work, and they were just finishing up film school here in the Valley. They went to a wonderful film school, and I was just like, I actually don't care where you guys went to school because you're extremely talented. And when you like meet somebody or when you just see a thing and your mind's made up, right? It's not a hard choice to go, that's the path that I need to attach myself to these people,
Sure. All the time.
right? Whether it be new friends or whatever. And that's part of where the song came from for part of the behind the scene of Best Friend.
Right.
So I met them at the Mesa Film Festival and I said, we are going to do great things together. And this was literally like right after you and I think talked last. So this would have
Oh,
been,
wow.
October last year or November, somewhere in there. But
Sure.
um it was a few months until I could get the funding. I mean, I pay for everything out of my pocket. I fund just
Yeah.
Tommy. I work a day job. I'm in tech.
Totally.
And like a lot of us do, but that affords me the opportunity to pursue this as more than just a hobby and as more than just a passion. So it's a fully functioning business. And so,
It shows how committed you are at the same time.
dude,
Like,
thank you.
there's no, major venture capitals backing just Tommy.
No,
It is Tommy.
it literally
It
is
is the
just
Tommy
Tommy.
show. Right.
It's just Tommy from a finance standpoint.
Exactly.
But there's a lot of benefit that comes from that. One is,
Yeah.
by the way, I'm not loaded. I don't mean to talk about it so flippantly, like I've got all this
No.
money and dude, I work
You're
hard.
not. You're not coming off like that. I promise you.
Okay, good. Because where I'm at with it is financially, like it's a business, and so I assign budget to it, and
Sure.
everything's got structure, and that's how I make it work.
Yeah.
It's got to have structure. And again, I run it like a business, and so which there are benefits to paying for things yourself because then I own the masters, I own the rights, I don't have to wait.
That's
Have
what
you
it's
heard
all
about all the
about.
stuff like people are
Oh,
starting to speak out on TikTok because they
about
can't?
it. It's terrible. I mean, another benefit is like, I don't know if you're taking, I'm sure you're taking advantage of credit card points and like, especially operating under a business, it's a tax
Yeah.
or it's a business expense. It's like,
Southwest Airlines, dude. That's how I fly to my gigs. I fly.
thank you.
So
I'm a big Southwest guy myself.
shout out Southwest. They pay me nothing. I pay
Hey,
full price, but damn it, they're great.
right. I agree. I agree. No, seriously though, like there is a way to go about it, obviously, and there's a way to structure it that you
Yeah.
can benefit off the work that you're putting in. It shouldn't all be a struggle. I feel like independent artists have this thing where it's like, if I'm not struggling, I'm not moving forward. It
Yeah.
doesn't always have to be like that. It really
No,
doesn't.
and imagine the content that comes out when you're not just so focused on writing about how shitty things are and how much you're struggling. And I think that, I'm with you there. But that's me also being, somewhat annoyingly positive, which I know that I'm guilty of. My wife will tell you, like, she is the first to say that I'm annoyingly positive. So how does this get us back on track? Well,
Sure.
my friend, I'm not sure, but Cheyenne and Chloe are responsible for. Let's talk about Best Friend. Let's slide into that.
There we go.
I don't even know how we got here. I don't know if when we listen to this back, the transition might be rough, so you might have to.
It's all good.
Okay,
It's all natural.
I love it.
Perfectly.
I love it. All right, so met them at the film festival, and then I said I want to do a short music video, and they said, "Dope, let's do it." And this was we'll come back to what would you do, but it was the previous release right before Best Friend. And so the reason why this is significant is because the year that you and I, we had our break, Austin. um I put more music together. So I was out in of course, right? I was out in Detroit, outside of Detroit in Canton, Michigan, where my producer Chuck Alkazian lives. Shout out to Chuck Alkazian and Pearl Sound Studios.
Yeah, prolific producer.
Yeah, he's behind most of the top names that you hear on the radio today, and even some that you haven't. He was behind, like, I don't know if I'm allowed to say. Can I say a couple names? Is that okay? Can I name drop?
Yeah, please. Be my guest.
Let's see. Tantric. If you've ever heard of Tantric, yeah. Eminem.
Heard of him?
Yep. Filter. Soundgarden,
Yeah.
Madonna, dude. Like basically
Guy's
any.
been around. He's been
He's
around.
he yeah, and he's been in the industry for a really, really, really. I shouldn't say that. I make him sound like he's 100. He's like he's not that old,
Yeah.
but he's been in the industry long enough to where he's an expert in his field, and he owns Pearl Sound Studios, which that studio is legendary. That's been around longer than I think he's even been alive, and
Oh,
so
okay.
yeah, and so that studio's got a lot of history there. Like everybody has recorded there. Like when I went there was this arcade machine. I can't remember if it was like
That's
Miss
pretty
Pac-Man
cool.
or something. Dude, full stand-up one. And he's like, yeah, Madonna used to play at that. And I was like, what? Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
transfer her powers to me, please.
dude,
Her pop
yeah,
powers.
dude. The
That's got to be why Best Friend is so catchy. It's because you
dude,
played the machine
let's
and you transfer through your fingers, and then it came out.
let's talk about Best Friend. I'm so
Let's
sorry
do it.
it took
It's
us forever to get
okay.
here,
I
but
want to know all the specifics. I want to know
yeah,
what it's about.
yeah,
I mean, I think that the music video does a great job, and obviously we're going to have that link so that people can watch it. But I mean, a watch and a listen, whichever one you want to do. I say both, but I
yeah,
mean, yeah, just hit me with the facts.
dude, I love it. Just the facts, man. Okay, this goes into strategy. So for one, I want to talk about, if it's okay with you, we could talk about the song and
Yeah,
what the meaning is. And then let's talk about the strategy of, because it goes into like, how do I do these releases in 6 weeks? And so we can talk about that.
right.
And it goes into the video strategy, which is awesome because the video concept is different than the meaning of the single slightly.
Okay.
Right. And I'll explain it. Um, God, there's so much we can talk about. Best Friend is honestly like just it's so fun. Okay,
It is.
so I'm talking about Chuck. I'm talking about Pearl Sound. And we wrote a batch of new songs. We did 5 new songs, and they all came out like 80s synth pop.
Right.
Yeah, which obviously you can tell. I
Yeah.
mean, and so then I brought the instrumentals home, and I was like, I'm gonna add like 800 more synths to this single,
I mean,
which
why
I
not? But
got
I
to.
mean, that's kind of the way of the music industry right now. But it's great. Like,
Yeah,
no, there's so much like decade spanning influence, but
yeah.
like, I don't know. It's also very summery. Like, I don't know. I'm sure that was a strategy behind it.
That was, and now I'll tell you, I talk about strategy. There was no effing strategy in my head about what this sound was going to sound like. This song was going
Okay.
to sound like. So don't let me fool you. Don't believe the hype. I wasn't like, I know exactly how this is going to hit in the marketplace. No. I wrote it in, actually, we can talk about that. This is really cool. So, I had the bones of the song that Chuck and I had done, like the basic instrumental, the drums, like all that stuff, took it back here, brought it here into my studio, and I just sat on it for like, just stared at it for like,
Yeah.
I don't know, several months. Chuck will probably tell you it was like the better part of a year, and he probably would be right. But I sat down and I just thought, I was looking at my dog. So we got a puppy about, I don't know, almost a year ago. His name is,
Congrats.
thank you. His name is Otis, and he's like the coolest little dog. I love him so much. And I looked at him and I was like, dude, you're my best friend. And then I literally pen, paper, started
There
writing.
we go.
And so then I thought, well, okay, here's another thing that happened. Jesus, I'm so sorry, dude. My wife and I had well, not me. My wife had a baby. I
Oh,
procreated.
congrats.
Dude, thank you.
That's amazing
I know I should
in
lead
its
with that. I
own.
feel like,
That's okay, man. Listen, a year's a long time, but seriously, congrats.
yeah, dude,
That's incredible.
thank you. Little baby boy, he just came home from the hospital like 3 weeks ago.
Well, what's his name? If you don't
Oh,
mind.
Thomas Oliver.
There we go.
Tommy Oliver after the Green Power Ranger.
Very cool.
Not true, but
I figured, but
yeah, he was
nice.
born, dude. He was born. Check this out. I'll get back to the story in a second. So I played the Whiskey a Go Go, the day before Easter, and
Okay.
then flew home. So that was a Saturday. Flew home Saturday night. Sunday morning, Jen and I were at the hospital, and he was born.
Great timing. He
He was like,
waited.
he was like, "What is this? This is live music. Oh, I need to be outside now."
Oh yeah.
So
Gotta
this
see what
this
it's all
little
about.
dude, this little a-hole came out 10 weeks early. So
Oh
dangerous.
my.
Yeah,
Yeah.
super preemie, super dangerous. Luckily, Jen's great. Mom's great, baby's great, healthy. The doctors say, dude, he literally just wanted to rock out on the outside. They have no reason for it. So
I
cool.
mean,
Yeah.
who's to say no?
Yeah. So the concept a little bit behind the song is okay, that got me in the mind space or the headspace of now I know that I want the song to be about relationships. And so it
Sure.
started out with let me pause and I'll take a short departure. one of the things that I do in most of my songs is I'll combine multiple stories and
Sure.
make it kind of more universal, because like people don't necessarily want to know that like last Thursday I did this thing in my car and my heart was sad. They can't really relate to that. They don't care if I have a blue car or a black car. They might care that, I'm driving through the same town that they are near, or that I'm driving in the same situation. And so
Sure.
it's like, so when I talk about strategy, that's really the only part that I really try to think ahead about,
Okay.
is like customer experience is really important to me, and in this case, the listener's experience.
Yeah.
Not only when they come to one of my shows, which I am very 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 picky about my live show. It's very important to me because I want people to leave with not. I want people to have an experience, right? Because moments matter, and you can't get those moments back sometimes, right?
No. I
And
mean,
so
there's also so many live performers out there.
yeah,
Like it's so easy to be like, "Oh, I'm never going to see them again. They did
yeah.
everything that everyone else did."
Dude,
So
right. And yeah, and so like for me, what I did is I took the theme about best friend, and I thought, man, I remembered when I was 4 years old being literally, I remember this is insane, getting to go meet my very first friend on the playground in the sandbox. Like I saw this kid, I went to school, it was like the very first day. He was like the only kid there, which that's weird. But and remembering back, or thinking back to um, when you see somebody that you're like, man, they seem interesting. I really want to get to know them. I wonder if they
absolutely.
if they're into the same stuff that I'm into. Do they like cheese? I don't I
Right.
don't know.
No, I
And
totally understand.
there you go. And so that's really what like the whole premise is, like that innocent, like you see someone and you're like, man, do you want to be my friend? Like that'd be really cool. You get that connection, and then how do I grow the story over time? Well, it's those times when you wonder, hey,
Yeah.
I'm anxious to see them again. And so now we're talking about maybe the relationship is developing into something else, or maybe it's staying just as like a friendship that's just an amazing blossoming. This is my best friend. I married my best friend. I happen to marry
Awesome.
her. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like it can be universal. It doesn't have to be like you can only be into this song if you're married. No,
It's
everybody's
for
had.
everyone. And
Yeah,
honestly, it's so tough nowadays because trying to like capture someone's attention with lyrics
it's hard.
is really difficult. And so people are attracted by how music makes them feel. And
Right.
this makes you feel good. No matter
Yeah.
what it's about, it just has that like spark to it. And
Thank you,
that's what it's all about.
dude. Thank you. And thank you
Have
so
have
much,
you played this live yet?
dude. I have.
Okay.
Holy,
And I'm sure
holy.
it hits great.
It was so much fun, man. I've played it now twice live. The first time was at the Whiskey A Go Go. And that went over great. And then the second time was just this last week. I had a show here in Phoenix. I had a hometown show. My first
Awesome.
one. Thank you. My first one since COVID. And dude, it was amazing. Amazing. People showed up. It was packed. They were singing it. They knew it because I had released it.
Yeah.
And so this I released it not only with the music video, but actually I don't know if anybody knows this. I released a lyric video with it too.
Nice. Okay. Yeah,
It's
I
on
did
my
not
YouTube.
see
Yeah.
that.
Dude, and that's okay because we did it secretly on purpose. We just sort of did it like just low key.
That's fine.
Because I don't know, why not? I didn't want to make like a big buzz and be like, go watch this, and then be like, also go watch this, because
Right.
I
People are overwhelmed.
yeah, I can't it can't be the Tommy show all the time as much as, I
I
would
get
like.
it.
You got to share
Right.
diversity and inclusion.
Now you mentioned before we started recording that you do have shows coming up. So I'd love
Yeah.
for you to please plug those.
Oh yeah. So I don't even know if I'm allowed to say it, but I'm gonna. November 19th here in Arizona at a place called
Nice.
Fuck How.
Cool.
It's a pho place. And if people are wondering what the hell I'm saying, it's pho. You might also know it as pho,
Yes.
PHO.
For
Yeah.
the uncultured
Yeah.
soup eaters.
Bastards. It is soup. I should have just said it's like, really yummy soup, and
Right.
it's hot and delicious, and all the pho places like to make a play on words with their name. So
Totally. Totally.
yeah, so that'll be here in November 19th in Scottsdale, Old Town Scottsdale. And the really cool thing is that it's for a fundraiser for a local radio station here called KWSS. Shout out to Danny Cutler for the opportunity.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Tommy, I do want to begin to wrap this up.
Yeah.
And like the last time we spoke, I'm going to ask you the same closing question, but maybe we'll get a different answer this time.
Uh-oh.
So basically, the question is for the person that's going to discover you from this, for
Yeah.
the person that's going to listen to you for the first time, what is an opening message that you'd like to say to them?
First of all, thank you. And also go vote for me. I'm in the middle of a contest, a competition right
Oh,
now. Yeah. To go open up a show, a concert at the Hollywood Bowl in California in October.
very
It's
cool.
called Opening Act. It's the Open Act competition. It's put on by Odyssey.com.
Sweet.
I would say go to my damn profile and vote me, vote for me because I'm currently in seventh place.
Okay,
Man, it's a really good thing.
that's
The
huge.
concert's going to benefit the suicide prevention, American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, so people can donate a little bit of money and they get extra votes for me if they want to do it that way, or they can vote for free using Facebook. But I would say thank you for finding my music, thank you for voting for me for Just Tommy. And go listen to Best Friend on my YouTube,
Yes.
youtube.com/just Tommy. Dude, stay tuned because I got so much more coming out. You guys don't even know.
Nice. Well, we're gonna have links so that people can listen and share and vote and follow along, do all that fun stuff. But please let me plug you one more time. The song and video is called Best Friend. This is Just Tommy. And Tommy, let's not go another year without speaking. But I sincerely look forward to seeing what else is on the way, and it kind of feels like there's a ton on the way. So if you have yet to listen to his music, now is the perfect time to jump in.
Thank you, Austin. Thank you. We write about music.
Yeah, man. Thank you so much. I hope to speak soon. Have a great rest of your day.
You too. See you. Bye.
Talk to you later. Bye bye.